PFF is running one of their biggest sales ever. 40% off a PFF Plus subscription right now using the promo code Black Friday. That means that you get everything fully unlocked. You get the grades, you get the stats, you get all the fantasy advice, the betting advice, which our new player prop tool is available on web as well to make you a smarter, better. You've got all of the draft analysis, the free agency analysis, all of that great stuff. Subscribe.pff.com to get 40% off a year-long PFF Plus subscription. Get it now. The Vikings and the Packers. Big NFC North matchup that we have here. This one's in Green Bay. Let's talk about the Packers first, Dalton. This is an offense that has a ton of potential, but has not lived up to it specifically over the last 2 weeks. I'd say as a season as a whole, it's been hot and cold, but specifically over the last 2 weeks, they have really struggled. How do they get it going? And is this a matchup where you think they could, be somebody who could really attack the Vikings defense, or do you think Brian Flores is going to have their number here?
I think the Packers can have a lot of success if Jordan Love continues to produce against the blitz the way that he has been, right? We know Brian Flores blitzes quarterbacks more than anybody in the league, and we saw last week against the Giants without Josh Jacobs for most of that game, they really leaned on Jordan Love to have to win that ball game, right? If he can do that, then the Packers will have success. Jordan Love right now is the highest graded passer in the league against the blitz this season. He's 4th in adjusted completion rate, 6th in passer rating, and he's not taking a ton of sacks. He's got the 5th best pressure to sack rate against the blitz in the league so far this year. Last year, he was 29th in passing grade against the blitz. You could really get after him because he wants to hold the football and stand back there and take those deep drops and wait for things to open up vertically. He's doing a better job of getting rid of the football quicker, an average time to throw against the blitz of less than 2.7 seconds, getting rid of the ball, making sure the pressure doesn't get to him, and he's not throwing as he's being hit. If he can do that and beat Brian Flores to the punch with the hot reads, then I think the Packers are going to be okay, especially in those third down situations, and it's going to be at a premium if Josh Jacobs is out for this game.
Yeah, that's no doubt. And Love playing really well against the blitz obviously leans into them, I think, playing well in this game. On Minnesota's side of things, I hate to be like this, Dalton, but if J.J. McCarthy doesn't play better, the rest really doesn't matter. Like, they even got some decent efficiency out of the run game with both Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones last week. So you had the run game at a pretty healthy yards per carry average. You felt decent about that. You got them a good amount of carries between that duo. They are getting targets to Justin Jefferson. They are getting targets to Jordan Addison. Like, those guys, the targets are there. The usage, I feel like everything really in the offense is there. J.J. McCarthy just has to execute. Of quarterbacks with at least 50 dropbacks this year, McCarthy is 43rd out of 43 quarterbacks with the lowest overall accuracy score. So not completion percentage, not adjusted completion percentage. We're charting accuracy, accurate passes at just a 50.5%. Again, that's not completions. That's saying just overall accuracy on how you're throwing the ball. Coin flip as to whether or not it's accurate, that's just never going to get it done. He's also 4th out of 43rd in highest uncatchable pass percentage at 22.7%. And he has his worst accuracy percentage versus situations where there are 3 or more deep coverage players. So a lot of times the reason that he struggles in that regard, anything really past 10 yards down the field, is because he's late. He's late to seeing it. He's late to the read. He's got to wait for guys to be open before he pulls the trigger. And then that's not even counting the times where he maybe shouldn't even be letting it fly deep down the field to take a chance. So it's just, I don't know if this is something that's going to get better during the season, right? You and I talked about this on Monday's episode, how it feels like his fundamentals are very rushed because he's seeing things late. He's trying to make up for it by speeding up his throwing motion and his process there. And because of that, you're getting a lot of really inaccurate passes and just a lot of up and down nature with how he is playing. I'm not so sure fundamentals really improve that much during the season. That's really an off-season thing. It's good that he's now understanding the game speed of the NFL and how fast it needs to be, but I'm not taking the Vikings here. I'm taking the Packers. 24-10 is what I'm going with, and it's hard for me to have a lot of faith in a Vikings offense with McCarthy playing the way that he has really throughout the entirety of this season.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm taking the Packers as well. I have a little closer. I still think you have the division rivalry factor, and I think the Packers offense is not rolling on all cylinders, especially vertically down the field. They can kind of come and go at times, but I'll take Green Bay 24-16. I'm with you. McCarthy has struggled making those outside throws this year, and down the middle of this Packer defense, I don't think you want to mess around with Xavier McKinney and Edgerrin and Cooper and those guys down the middle. So I think McCarthy is going to make enough mistakes here for the Packers to take advantage, and Green Bay gets the win at home.
Walt in the chat saying this is the upset game. This is one of the upset games that you would pick this week. And, Ratatat says that he thinks that this is going to be a pretty close game here as well. So I don't know, man. It's a divisional game. So, maybe throw logic to the wind at times with divisional games, but it's hard for me to look at what has happened to this point in the season and be taking the Minnesota Vikings in it. If they get a win, hats off to them. That'll be an incredible win. But tough to see that being the case. McCarthy would have to have his best game of the season for all 60 minutes, in my opinion.